Welcome back, my friends, to part 2 of this Hobo bag Wabi-Sabi. I thought that I would just get a time lapse of me tracing what I hope will be a cool design for this one. This is just one of the flexible Sashiko patterns. You can watch me unbox one if you check out the videos that I have posted in my unboxing area. Anyway, I thought it would be fun for me to just record me doing this in real time, and then I will speed it up. You can see that I will have to pull this line square because it's stretchy fabric that I don't understand. But we're going to get this all traced up, I think. I will do my best to line it up. We can only do our best. I will trace a design on here, and then we will be ready to stitch this. And how it comes out on this rumply stuff on the back, I don't know. But when doing other Sashiko projects, I have noticed that the more tiny stitches that you fit in, the less crazy this looks, as long as you start from the middle and work outward. So I just wanted to share my mental process with you as I go, and the practical knowledge, perhaps, of starting from the middle and working out so that you don't have tons of puckering, etc. So I hope that this is helpful to you. It's 2 a.m. Going to be perfectly honest with you. A little bit tired, but unwilling to go to bed. Insomnia rocks. Okay, so we will get started tracing this, and I will speed up the film for that so that we're not here until 5 a.m. Okay, I got the first set traced on, and hopefully it's nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Somehow missed one down here. I'll fix. That's an extra lead. It looks like I missed one over here. And then I gotta figure out how this little booger lines up. So theoretically, one of these should match up with those if it's a repeating pattern, but we may have to make do. Well, anyway, I'll get this traced and let you know what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys where I ended up, and also tell you what a bad idea this was in some ways. Now, normally, it's very easy to draw on your fabric. Sorry if you hear the cat yelling. He's very upset I shut the door on him. Oh, God. Anyway, normally it's not a huge problem to mark your fiber. However, this slippery bullshit on the back of this, you can see where I damaged it by drawing on it so hard in the night last night, because it doesn't want to draw on it because there's not a solid base underneath, so it kind of just slips around on top of the horrible parachute pants. So it took me almost 2 hours, and I'm not exaggerating, to get this to trace down in any way that I could see it. So what I'll be doing is picking a different pattern for this section because I can't get this to line up, nor can I see it well enough to see if it actually does even tile, because I can't figure out a way to make this tile, which is kind of unusual for Sashiko patterns, that it won't like tile. So that was my mistake as well. Anyway, so I got this to trace. I'm going to find another pattern for up here, and then we can start working on this miasma. But a further reason I don't like this dumb hobo bag, which I did look it up, it is by Simplicity. It is the tie-dye hobo DIY bag. And it was sold to me with this part on the outside, not the inside. So truly, I don't understand what they wanted you to tie-dye. It is a poorly designed product. We don't like it. But I also started pinning up the other side so that I can theoretically go over that. I don't know if do like an opposites day thing and like change the edging color, but yeah, that's where we're at. And this was horrible to write on because of the slippies underneath. So the best thing I could figure out was to stretch it between my hands like so, and then not actually draw it downward onto the fabric, but dragging the pencil sideways, and it still was like a battle. Anyway, that's why I sound like I'm dying, is because I was up till 3 a.m. trying to make that better. But we got there, and now we're going to move on and try to get one more design up here and pray. But we did it. So I'll let you know what it looks like before I start stitching it again. And we'll see how this panel comes out as our part 2. I just want to show you how bad this is. I'm trying to get this to lay down, and I am holding it down as tightly as I possibly can, as you can see, to hopefully pin down this fiber. But I can feel it moving because of the stupid slip and slide frickin' fabric in there. That is not making this easier for me. I don't know how to make it easier for me at this point, but I'm going to show you how terrible this works. And it's not the pencil's fault. I can promise you that. It is not the pencil's fault. This pencil is great on everything else I've ever used it for. Now let me show you what magical amount of productiveness that made. Yeah. That was real fun. So this is going terribly. I'm not even sure what to do at this point, because that is just not tenable. I can't do that for this whole bag. Okay, well, maybe I can find that liquid chalk that I maybe threw away. I'm going to see if I can find the liquid chalk pen. Okay, this came with a Sashiko needle set. It's like gel pen. It does seem to rub off. That doesn't give me a ton of confidence, because I don't want to wash this. I have no intention of investing more of my life force into this object. Let's see if that works better. Because that dog, as my dad would say, that dog ain't gonna hunt Erica. When I had a bad or dangerous idea, that was his way of letting me know that that was not a tenable plan. But I'm hoping that the ball roller in this will make it more efficiently lay down some color. Maybe. All right, well, let's try this. I hate this. I mean, it did it, but because it's not pointy enough, and My little stencil has very thin lines. It's mostly just putting its ink onto the actual stencil. All right, well, let's try a wider stencil then. For pity's sake. Okay, latest iteration of this nightmarish process. This does appear to fit through the plastic ones. Somewhat okay. So this is now going to just become lines. Oh my god, it's so bad. What is wrong with this shit? This 100% cotton lyre lining is more of a problem than I could have ever possibly even predicted. This is truly nightmarish. I wish I had, in some ways, never started this process, but that is a part of the process sometimes. And so I thought it might be fun to show all of you as I struggle through this nightmare of trying not to waste and believe in the process of Wabi-Sabi, that it's just not in its final, most idealized and optimized form. I'm beginning to think that some things are not worth our time. This might be one of them. But we seem to be leaving some color. It seems to dry down brighter than it went down. I don't know if it will ever come off, but here we are. Okay. We're just going to be real brave. Real brave indeed. You can see why I cut off that, oh god, it's all moving. I can feel it. I can feel it moving right now. It's the innards. It's that demon liner that makes this all not work. I can feel it sliding as we speak underneath my hand. These are the work of the devil. These bags are just truly terrible. Like, just don't. Do not the. Okay, so further, wow, that uses up fast. That was up there when we started this. So this works, but is wildly inefficient. I think this is a chalk pen of some sort. I couldn't tell you. Because I have apparently checked out from my anger towards this bag. Okay, well, I'm gonna, once I finish this, the wiggling, I wish I could show you exactly how much the fabric is playing, but it's moving like this over the top of that slip and slide shit. Oops, sorry, I didn't say a bad word. The slip and slide ship. Okay, we're almost there. Oh my god, I don't even know how I powered through that last night. I'm amazed. Good for me for staying up at 2 in the morning and violently putting all those little dots on there. Well, this chalky pen that came free with some, you can see it bunching up in there because of the demon-haunted back. Oh, I hate it. Wow. These bags are just, like, not great as far as, like, human use. Okay, well, we got enough lines on to actually finish the tiny panel. So I'm going to stitch this and we will return, and that will be part 2, because this is turning into a project that I did not think would be so extensive. But here we are, we're doing it together, and I've lost the lid for the tiny weird pen. Found it. Hooray. All right, I'm going to sew this and I will be back to visit you shortly. I wanted to note one more mechanical item before I start on this nightmare. That paint pen, very cool. It like dries down much brighter than it looks when it goes on. Now here's something funny. We marked this up there, but look, it goes all the way through. So that is very inky, whatever that weird pen is. It does work. I hope that washes out. Now I'm going to have to wash it. Well, so we're committed to that. Anyway, I wanted to point out that I was getting nervous about starting in the middle here, because if I pull this tight, per se, like on the back, meaning like the lining to the thing, is it going to force all the wrinkles outward, like thusly, so you get all the crunkles to the outer edges. don't know. That will be something we find out as we go, I guess. But I did put 2 curl clips that I don't use on my own hair because I'm bad at it, just to kind of maintain the amount of looseness that the horrible parachute pants should have, so that I don't unknowingly pull this super skin tight and then it like leaves a big poof ball of parachute at the bottom, then I have to deal with at some other point. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the way I'm addressing that and the difference between the chalk pen and whatever the shenanigans that paint pen is that came bootleg with some needles I bought. So, oh boy, this is a labor of love. I hope you enjoy being brought to your fullest potential, you terrible, terrible bag. Well, here we are. It's been 2 days since I saw you last and started this absolute fool's errand, as we're going to call it, because this was horrible. Not only did this stuff use up more than 60% of that little pen, because I had to go over all of this again because of the evil chalk problems, but also because it was tugging this demon-haunted parachute fabric all over. I had to completely renege any Sashiko laws that I had and go with panic and go with any direction that didn't make it cronkle in a horrible way. So I'm going to be fully honest, full disclosure, here's the backside of my project. It is a literal nightmare. And I'm going to accept that as a part of the process. And we're just going to like petting it because it's a nice texture on top of the parachute pants and it's not sliding. So that will be part 2 of this nightmarish idea that I've had here. It does look good from afar, mostly. If you get up close, it's a little rough. That's fine. Surely it will wash out. All right. But I will see you in part 3, which will be this panel done all at once, because I will not break that down again. That is too much to look at. But anyway, here's part 2, all done. I will give a shout out to patron Sarah Parkhurst. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting the Weaverbirds on our stitching endeavors. If you are interested, please take a look at any of my other videos, and hopefully there will soon be a part 3 to this. Sorry for the sound of my washer behind the wall. We have to multitask in this house. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!